We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Warning. The following program contains explicit language and mature content. It is not meant for the easily offended. So if you are an emotional pussy, please refrain from listening. Thank you and enjoy.
Back at it, the Words on Fire podcast. Your boy Cujo, my man Jules.
We're on the roll.
Hey, yeah, we're on the roll. We can't be stopped. Can't stop. Won't stop.
Take that.
Unfortunately, nobody remembers that shit unless you're an old headbanger like us.
Yeah,
that's the only ones that remember that shit. Don't forget, again, follow us on the Instagram at the Words on Fire podcast. We got rid of the website because I fucking forgot about it. We're on Twitter sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Facebook somewhere. Follow us if you
find us, follow us.
Yeah, if you find us, follow us. If you're hearing this on the audio,
not physically,
Spotify and all that shit where we're at, you could see us physically, so you can see what we're looking at, what we look like here at YouTube at the Words on Fire podcast.
Not much to look at.
Nah, not much at all. But it's just the best thing about us is a background with the big old Wu-Tang emblem that we got on the back.
Can't go wrong with that.
So, dude, you know what's funny? Every time we're gonna record and whatnot, so I guess the walls are a little bit thin. So the times that we recorded when our kids are here,
yeah.
My youngest and my 9-year-old heard. I guess she hears us talking the only thing she really hears is the intro, and she always tells me, she's like, "Hey, Dad, are you gonna record today?" You know what I mean? She's always asking me when we're gonna record, and I was like, I don't know why. It goes, yeah, because it's funny when you're like, "Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Cujo."
Dad, are you a really emotional pussy?
Yeah. So she knows the whole intro, dude. She knows the whole intro.
She be saying that shit
at school. Cool. I apologize, man. My dad's an emotional pussy.
Yeah. if I'm going to say something that's going to offend you because you're an emotional pussy, you might want to leave. What?
It's fucking hilarious. My daughter knows the whole fucking intro. I just thought that's fucking funny,
man.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Sounds about right, though.
Dude, so all right. So we hinted about it the last few weeks. June 18th, it's the day before Father's Day, which actually kind of works out perfectly. Us here at the Words on Fire podcast are going to provide you guys with an opportunity as a gift from us to you guys in as we're fundraising for a charity to be named. We'll probably name it next week or in 2 weeks. That way, hopefully we'll
finalize it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll bring them on so you guys could see what they're about. We're gonna have an ultimate pillow fight here at the Old Sheepdog Brewery.
Yeah.
Teaming up with our homies there. We got
good people.
We should be re-releasing our Killer Bees beer in honor of that event. We will be having our boys. Who is it? Midnight at the Laundromat and Jay are going to be mixing for us at the fucking event.
On the wheels of steel.
On the ones and twos, they're going to be on it. We're going to be, we're going to do like a ghetto version of any kind of commentating, because we won't be talking. We will be not broadcasting the show, but we will be commenting on the fight as they go on.
So I shouldn't be drinking.
No, well, the more the merrier.
I know. It always goes bad.
That's why. Bad. I mean, we're going to have to come up with some outrageous shit.
Okay, no problem with that.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So
I apologize now.
I apologize early on behalf.
Take her top off.
Slap her titty.
Slap her. Grab his dick. What?
Good old dick twist. Good old dick twist. So yeah, June 18th is going down. If you want to be part of it, if you want to jump in, if you want to challenge somebody, we'll have that as well. You can hit us up on our Instagram page, DM us, let us know if that's what you want. If you got somebody to challenge, and then accept.
Or if you want to challenge us,
yeah. No, that's gonna be a long ass line. It's gonna be a long line of fucking people.
I ain't got that much energy.
So yeah, it's gonna be going down. The ultimate pillow fight, brought to you by the Words on Fire and the Old Sheepdog Brewery. Going to be going down in honor of Father's Day as a little gift to you guys as well. It's a great time.
Should be a good time.
Yeah. Fundraise some money for the charity that's going to stay here in El Paso.
Around what time?
I think we're starting. I mean, probably about 6 or 7, right when the sun starts to go down.
Because it'll be hot as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to have no heat stroke and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad enough you're gonna get hit in the head with a fucking pillow.
Yeah.
On top of that, you gonna
And
have
us
a
fat
fucking
guys have
heat
problems
stroke.
with being in the heat.
with anything
we
active.
melt.
With anything with
Yeah,
any kind of activity.
Yeah.
Now you said right before we started, you threw me a curveball. You said you went to the gym yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What did you go do? What
It
you
don't
go-
matter. But I'm gonna go watch. How about that? So yeah, I look like a creeper, man. And it would happen to me. If anybody knows me personally, they know I always have fucked up situations. So I try to work out.
Oh shit.
So I was on the elliptical because I don't fuck with the treadmill. Because everything hurts when I get on the treadmill.
That's bad for your knees.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially if you're my age. Throw your back out. I don't know how the fuck that happens. But I got on the elliptical. I did my thing, right?
Yeah.
Before then, I tried to do some leg exercises and shit because I'm getting older, so I don't want to have them skinny legs and the fat torso.
Right.
So it's happening anyways. So anyway,
Trying to get that thickness.
well, I mean, at least look presentable naked. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't work. But I ended up going on the elliptical. I got off. I think I pushed it a little bit.
Too hard.
I think so
Okay.
for myself because I haven't been on there in a while.
Right.
So I got off to clean the. Now you got to clean the machines. Well, you always had to clean the machines off when
Yeah.
after all the
you're
sweating
off.
and whatever and all the
Yeah, it's
bacon
only-
grease and all that shit. You know what I mean?
All that
So
kind of
as I
stuff.
get off, right? Somehow my legs turned into spaghetti. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was walking and I tried to act cool, but
No, you can't.
I couldn't.
It's not possible.
So as I was walking to go get the little spray to go clean down the machine, I had to hold on to another machine, right? I held on to the Stairmaster.
Oh.
So I was facing the other way. I didn't know there was a female with a nice figure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. As my legs gave out on me, dude, I grabbed onto the Stairmaster
Okay.
and I looked up. And that booty was all in my face. Now, that's cool. But
Right.
people noticed that happened to me.
Yeah.
I look like a total fucking creeper, bro. It was a total accident, man. But I'm sure if you rewind the tape,
Right. It looks like you were.
I might be banned from this gym. I don't even know. It was like my first time going to this gym.
You had your ass and people.
Yeah, and I
your
looked,
face
you
in
know,
people's
I didn't
asses.
know. And then, you know how the Stairmaster's,
A little bit lifted.
yeah, so I looked, and that peach was like all in my face. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it was great. I mean, but
Right.
I looked like a fucking creeper, dude. So what I did, I didn't make eye contact. I know somebody saw that shit.
Right.
I made no eye contact, man. I left the spot.
keep on trucking.
Yeah, I kept on trucking. So I don't know if I'm going to go back today.
If you do, just stay away from that spot, though.
No, I mean, it's a gym. Everybody knows. And it was just fucking weird. I looked like a total creeper.
So you-
I'll apologize to the female if I didn't see her face.
but I will remember her.
I
Forever.
remember her, but then I look like a creeper. But like, was that you? Turn around. That's
That's
you right
Yeah,
there.
That is you. My bad.
But you know, she
Dude.
had great spandex on.
So is this the first time you've gone back to the gym in a while?
Yes. Well, I started a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I was going to live in an apartment complex,
Yeah.
and I started taking it up a notch. So I joined a gym that's walking distance from my
From
place.
where you at? Okay.
And it's a 24-hour gym, and it works out better for me because I
Yeah.
have weird sleeping hours, and
Okay.
at night I'll get anxiety, so I'll take off. It's
Right.
been helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Ab-
the anxiety. Or
just
keeping your mind.
Yeah, just the mind, not anxiety, more
Yeah.
like a stress reliever. You know what I'm saying? Like you sitting in there and the walls get smaller in your place. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
I was like, I got to do something
Yeah.
because that's when your mind starts racing. You know what I'm saying? And you get in
Funny.
trouble. I'm gonna go for a drive, and then you end
Yeah.
up at the bar, and
Yeah.
that's not good.
No. It's not a
I
good
mean, not
release.
that. Sometimes it's good.
not a good release, though.
No. So I think that's the way I'm going to kill my time as of right now this week. I don't
That's
know
good.
about next week, though.
No, but that's good as of next week. But that's good though.
This
You,
week-
you get your sexy on. You fucking. You know what I mean. You getting your face in people's asses. You meet.
And
new
that was a
people.
total accident, man. And shit like that always happens to me, bro. Like weird shit. I don't know if I've ever told this story one time. I went to go watch the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns when I lived in Phoenix.
Okay.
Does
No.
that sound familiar? Okay. Well, I got good tickets.
Okay.
Somehow I came up on them, and I invited some family members and an uncle that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm like, hey, meet me at that spot after I get off work. I got some awesome tickets.
Right.
So I gave them the tickets. They met me there, right? So I grabbed a couple beers before I go. So I'm two-fisting it.
Okay.
As I'm walking, and these are good. I'm not bragging. They were just good
seats.
Good seats.
Right.
I've never been that close before. So I'm walking, but as you're walking down the steps, the size of the steps change. Like
they get
it
smaller?
becomes bleacher. Like it was cement, and then it became like bleacher steps.
Okay.
So it fucked me up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I lost my step, right? I tried to not fall. I didn't fall. I did a good job, but I poured half of my beer onto this man that's apparently a season ticket holder,
Oh fuck.
and he's sitting right there. And I was like, Dad, I thought I did a good job, right? But why did everybody go ooh? You know what I mean? Like they made it like a whoa, and I was like, I turn around
Oh,
and I
child.
see half my beer.
Uh-huh.
And I see this man, and he's just
Drenched.
and he had a comb over. I'm not bullshit, man.
Yeah.
He was cool, but
Right.
his wife started hyping him up,
Yeah. Okay.
and she was maybe more of like an entitled woman. Maybe they had
One of them's.
one of them's,
Okay.
and she kept. I said sorry.
Yeah.
I have 2 beers, right?
Right.
So I apologized, and that lady kept getting up, and she was like, "Sorry? That's all you're gonna? I don't know what else do you want me to do." So
Right,
I
what
handed
else?
up some napkins. So I guess they got offended by
For
that.
the comb over. and
Yeah,
shit.
and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this dude a beer.
Yeah, well, why don't you just give him the rest of the one he's already wearing?
No, because. So I'm like, well, I need to get away from this guy,
Right.
because he's starting to fume, and I didn't know how bad it was until he stood up. He stood up, and his fucking he was drenched, bro.
Yeah.
And I did a good job on that part. So I was like, well, I gotta get the fuck up out of here, right?
Right.
So I start rolling out. I start dipping.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently I passed my seats.
Okay.
So I had to walk up because my uncle started calling me. He was like, yo,
Yeah, we're back here.
Jules, over here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, do you know that I was like right in front of these people?
Shut the fuck up.
My seats were right in front of them.
Ain't that some shit?
Well, maybe,
right.
they could look at me.
Right.
And I couldn't enjoy the game.
Yeah, because you felt the fucking stare.
Yeah, I didn't know
man.
what else to do, bro. Like, and the lady kept fucking like staring at me.
Yeah.
So I turned around and I was like, you know what? I'm not sorry. I
take it
tried to
back.
apologize. I take that
shit
Yeah,
back,
now you're calling me a bitch. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I'm
Now
like,
we're fighting.
okay, yeah. And I'm like sitting there, and then I hand my uncle, because we like 2 different kind of beers. I like dark. He likes light.
Yeah.
I ended up spilling his beer on this person. He like looked at it, and he made it worse. He didn't help
Yeah.
out the situation. These people are looking at me. He grabs a beer, and he's like, oh, so you give me half a beer. Apparently,
Let's
they
see
didn't
what the
like
rest-
that shit.
Right.
And that lady's looking at me, and she was like, all you have is sorry? I don't know what you want me to do, lady.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take my shirt off to give it to him.
Right.
And she kept looking at me. I was like, do you want a beer? And he goes, I don't drink. You know what I mean? Like, just being assholes. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, fuck it. And then I'm trying to enjoy the game because Shaq's there.
Okay.
He was playing for Phoenix then.
Right.
And there were amazing seats. I couldn't enjoy the game.
Yeah.
She kept looking at me, and I just turned around, and I was like, you know what? I'm not sorry. So my uncle got mad at me because now I took my apology back, and it was just like,
yeah.
and he's like, well, now you just fucking lit a fuse on these people.
I've never heard that before.
And They left. It worked.
They left?
They left.
Well, yeah, the motherfucker got to go get changed. And there's freezing
I'm-
balls in there.
I was sorry. I was very sorry. And I tried to express that and tell them and you know how sorry I was. I offered
Right.
them a beer. I don't know if that lady does wine. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck. They were those kind of people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she finally left. She got so mad that she
She just
left.
left.
And this guy, I was like, dude, you're going to get your husband beat up. I was like, that's not good. You know what I'm saying?
It's not healthy for the comb
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So now say you look at that situation, right? You now switch places with the dude, right? You're the one that got the beer spilled on you.
yeah. That's
What's-
happened to me.
What's sufficient enough for you to be like, all right, cool, we're good.
They send me a beer.
So just that. So you could be soaking ass wet and be like, all right, cool, thanks for the
Dude,
beer.
you're at a fucking game, bro. There's
Uh-huh.
beer. There's going to be shit talking.
Right.
I mean, you know what you get. You know what I mean? When you're at a football game or...
Okay, so
I'm cool with that. I'm
I-
just saying, if I was in his spot, he knew I was going to bust my ass. He
Yeah.
saw me.
that's the important part.
But I saved the beers. You know what I'm saying?
Evidently not. You spilled
Well-
the motherfucker on him.
I thought I did. And, you know, I tried to apologize. And
Right.
this shit always comes up. Like when I'm around my uncle, he goes, do you remember? Yes, I remember that, man.
But who in the right mind is going to turn around? All right, so the better question. After this whole shenanigans went down,
Yeah.
how much time passed before you turn around and think, you know what, I'm not sorry?
First quarter. Because I couldn't enjoy it. I felt like my face was burning.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, I fucked his day up. I know.
Yeah.
And I fucked his day up.
Yeah, now he's
but I
gonna go
fucked
home.
his wife's day up really bad because he was cool because he was nodding his head and
Right.
like laughing kind of, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was kind of like she's looking at me and she was like, I was like, well, let me get you a beer. I'm sorry.
Right.
And then they, I guess he didn't drink. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck. And he goes, no. And I gave him some napkins, and that was just fucking. You know what I mean?
That was
I didn't
gas
put
on
the
the
napkin
fire.
on his fucking head. I
Dude,
was like,
that would have
we're-
been better.
Yeah, and I thought about that. Maybe I should have patted
Yeah,
him dry
that
or
would've-
some shit. You know?
Give him his fucking hairpiece
Yeah,
back.
and he stood up, and you know, and she kept saying, all she kept saying was sorry, and I was like, what do you want me to do? You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
And I could have bought him a T-shirt. I would have done that. But when she started making it a point and like fucking up my game, and I'm sitting there watching Kobe, you know what I mean? I was
Right.
just fucking in awe, and she's fucking up my game. So I guess I don't know exactly what minute it was, but it was very early on, and
But so they say 20 minutes passed or less.
I would say less.
Okay.
I would say less because I kept turning around and she kept staring at me. She wasn't watching the game. She didn't give a fuck about the
She's
game.
too busy dogging you.
She was dogging me because I was a little bit off to the side, but the road directly in front of them.
Right.
And everybody's laughing. You know, they're not making it any better. I mean, I fucking spilled the beer on this guy's head, right?
You're on national TV and shit.
And it was luckily it was like before tip off, and then I'm just sitting there and I'm talking to my uncle. I don't even know what I was talking to him about. He was
Right.
just laughing, and he goes, "Dude, this lady keeps fucking looking at you." And I turn around, and she didn't make it like she made it known, like
Yeah.
"fuck you." And I was like, "Okay, so how long is this gonna go on?" And then so they did the tip off, and you know everybody's playing, and I turn around, this broad is still looking at me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting mad. I'm like, okay, I apologized. I offered. I gave him some napkins. I don't know. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should buy him a T-shirt or whatever. And
Yeah.
but they'll probably be offended because you know they're little yuppies
Yeah.
and shit. You
Yeah.
know how you buy me a shirt and shit. Maybe I shouldn't have been that close, but I scored some tickets and it was a great. I remember the Lakers won.
But it was a good game.
It was a good game, but the first quarter, I don't know what the fuck was happening because she kept looking at me, and I just finally turned around and I was like, "I'm not sorry."
Yeah.
So now I'm getting heat from my uncle because I said I'm not sorry,
Right.
and he's like, "You are sorry," and I'm like, "No, now I'm not.
Now I'm not.
Now
It's
I'm not.
gone.
I was.
Sorriness
I
is
was.
gone.
I was." I was like, now she's sorry. You know, fuck her, dude. So
I had to do it.
no, and they ended up leaving, and we laughed about it, but it wasn't funny at first. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But
Well, because you're not the one that had the beer.
because now
spilled
we
on
have to
you.
talk about this all. You know, hey, remember? Yeah, this is what happens to Jules.
Right.
Like I do stupid shit
Yeah. Yeah. No,
or
I know.
stupid situations.
I know.
It's fucking dumb.
That's why we get along.
Oh,
This is fucking funny. It's so funny. But Because I'm trying to think. First of all, who in the right fucking mind turns around that says I picture it in my head like a little kid. I'm not sorry, like a little fucking kid and shit.
Well, because
take it back.
She was looking at me like I'm a piece of shit.
Who the fuck takes back? I've never heard. That's like a Seinfeld
Well, I confirmed
episode.
that I am a piece of shit because I took my apology back. But I'm
Right.
saying she's looking at me, and she's fucking up my game.
So that
I'll
was-
never sit that close again.
So that was your best way to get back at her.
Yeah,
by
you know
saying,
what? I
"Take
am
it
not
back."
sorry. I was, but now since
That's some Seinfeld
you
shit.
want to, is it? I don't
That's
know.
some Seinfeld shit. Be like,
I
you know what?
wasn't sorry, man. And in my, I was sorry, but I wasn't sorry at that time because she pissed me off.
Right, due to reasons.
Yeah, and my uncle is very he's very proper, and he always smooths shit over, and
Right.
he doesn't add fuel to the fire. But that day he sure in the fuck
He was
was,
laughing
bro.
his ass
He was
off.
laughing because he kept looking at his beer and shaking his head, knowing damn well these people on this side could see them, and that lady's looking at him.
Just straight.
And then so
dog.
I'm like, and I'm talking to him. He's looking at the lady. And he goes, "She's looking straight at you." And I was like, "So what should I do?" This is
Right.
what we're
This-
talking about.
This is where his step is. This is where his point of shine is.
Yeah.
He should be like, all right,
But he
this is what
knows
you
me.
need to
My
do.
uncle knows me so well. Like I lived with him, so he knows not to fucking blow me up or fuel me up because I
Right.
will.
It's gonna go off.
It's gonna go off. So I
Right.
was like, okay, then check this out. I was like, well, it's funny, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not sorry. And that's when it seemed like his soul just left. Like he goes, dude, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
now we're gonna get kicked out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sorry. It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose. I was sorry. Now I'm not sorry. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm not sorry.
Fuck her.
I would do it again if I saw him.
Oh shit.
I'd do it again.
I'd do it again on
Yeah,
purpose
yeah.
to fall.
Mhm.
See, I just don't
I'd
know.
probably get wine this time, like a big old bottle
a big
of
old
wine.
fucking
so it stains, motherfucker.
Chardonnay and shit. That's the wine, right? A Chardonnay or whatever.
Yeah.
Box wine. Let me get some
yeah,
box
I
wine.
don't know, man.
Hit
I
that
just
motherfucker
know.
with a
I
box.
just know Boone's.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill.
So, like I said, putting yourself in that other dude's situation. What's the right play? Like, what's all right, dude? Cool. Like, I'm still drenched. You know what I mean?
It is, but I think I would have turned around and told my lady to chill out.
I was like, right? I'd be like, bitch, you're not the one that's wet.
Yeah, you're not the one.
You're the one that's
Enjoy
wet. I
the
am.
game. Enjoy the game. Obviously, they dropped some money
Right.
for those tickets, and they've been there a lot because they have designated seats, and those were like the
That
season
could be
tickets.
company tickets though.
Whatever it was, and
We'll go with
then,
that.
then he's someone important in his company if they're giving him
Nah,
tickets
they
like
give
that.
them away as a raffle.
Well,
I mean,
that's-
it's the Lakers. Nobody cares.
What the fuck? But I guess that makes because I won them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I had a good month, so they gave me tickets,
There you go.
and that was my fucking story at the fucking Phoenix Suns.
That was like the original Will Smith moment before the fucking Will Smith moment.
Yeah,
happened.
because I could relate. Like he
he was laughing. She got mad.
Yeah, like when
and
your
now
lady
he had
talks
to do
shit at
something
the
about it.
club. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And she don't want to shut up. I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
But I've seen where you get your man fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
For talking shit.
Yup.
And they're telling you, can you calm your lady down? I have no control of my lady, bro. She's crazy. And I know I'm going to get knocked out today.
You're welcome.
But I'm
to
going to have
try.
to do it
Right.
if you want to stay with her. You
see-
can't just walk away.
See, and that ain't fair though. So, I mean, it's not fair for a guy to get an ass whooping for somebody else's mouth. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck if
but
it
it's
is
when
your
it's your
or not. I don't
lady
give a
talking
fuck.
shit. I know, but you want her to get her ass whooped?
Well, maybe they'll fucking.
Okay, what if you're... I mean, because
It'll
I'm the
teach
type
you
of
to-
dude, if you're going to fight my lady... I don't hit women. I've never
Right.
hit a woman. But if you're going to jump my lady and it's two girls, I'm going in.
Yeah.
You're not going to
Yeah.
jump my lady.
I mean, it's no. At that point, is that frowned upon on society? If you fucking, because at the end of the day,
Maybe.
you're gonna put a hand on somebody, right?
yeah, and
on
it's going to be a female.
right?
Identified as a female.
So
Yeah.
So is there anything that constitutes or warrants a rebuttal of putting your foot in somebody's ass as a fucking
No,
female?
I think at that time, because you don't know, because there's some badass females
Yeah,
out there.
no,
You know,
hey,
you don't
word.
know.
Word.
Yeah, it's
You
like
don't know their background training.
Yeah, what if it's fucking Han putting fucking hands on your lady? I mean,
Yeah.
you're both gonna get your ass kicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you got, I mean, like I said, is it?
And that's when the chair comes out. Some WrestleMania type shit.
You see, but that's what I want, because now in this day and age, I know, you know, us growing up, we're always taught don't raise your hand on a
Yo,
woman,
you
right?
don't do
You
that.
don't do
ever,
that shit.
ever.
Nowadays, it's a little bit more different because everybody's got a fucking mouth on them, and they talk shit because they think that nothing could happen to them. They think they're invincible.
But it
And
really,
you're
like,
s-
if that's always been an issue, though, like someone talking shit.
Yeah,
that's how you get your
But
ass
now
fucked
it's
up.
more prevalent because they're used to it because of the social media.
Yeah, the
shit.
social media.
So
Yeah,
they think if I
everybody's.
could do the same shit in person, ain't nobody gonna do shit to me because
Look
I
what-
got video. And
Look what Tyson did to him.
dude, did you see? So that's something I wanted to talk about last week too. Was the whole Tyson deal? Did you see the whole video about?
I saw I saw enough where that dude deserved to get his ass whooped.
Yeah,
Because he obviously, well, it seemed like he was on something, right? He was definitely
well,
on.
he looked drunk as shit.
Okay,
looked
he was
drunk as
definitely on
shit.
alcohol
Yeah, he looked drunk as shit.
and probably some other stuff. And
Yeah.
you probably, if you're talking to fucking Mike Tyson that way or fucking with Mike Tyson,
Right.
you can't be just drunk.
No.
You got to be crazy
Yeah.
and some shit that makes you think
On
you're
some
invincible.
whippets.
Yeah,
On them whippets.
I don't know what the fuck it was, but
Yeah, so I kept on. So this, I
I haven't
who
seen
was
that
it?
if there's a full video on it.
Was it TMZ? Somebody was showing like I guess like a longer version of what was showed
Yeah,
because of course
who was recording it? That's
I think it was a dude's friend.
okay, because they were laughing.
Yeah, because they were laughing at each other and they were talking and they're
Yeah.
making that little sign like, "Oh, look, it's Mike Tyson," and they do the
Yeah.
little stupid faces.
Yeah, I would have been like, no,
No, I'd
don't
be
do
like,
that.
no,
Don't do that.
no. But that just goes to show the amount of stupidity. Is that first of all, the guy looked young, so a lot of people don't know Mike Tyson as we know Mike Tyson, the fucking baby killer. The fucking I'm gonna eat your kids. I'm gonna fucking snatch
You
your.
should know who fucking
You
Mike
should know, but a
yeah.
lot of these guys just know him because he was a fighter. Now he's got a podcast. He's done a Broadway thing about his life. He's been on fucking movies. So that's the guy. Like if you know him from like Hangover, like that's nothing big. He's a funny dude that tries to sing that can't sing for shit.
Not only that, he fucking knocked somebody out.
Yeah,
in
he
that
knocked
movie.
somebody out of the movie.
Yeah,
So that should be your first warning. And I was like, dude, and so I'm looking at it, and Tyson, and I'm gonna give him a lot of fucking credit. And on top of that, I think he said he was on shrooms. Tyson himself said he was on shrooms.
Okay, good.
So he was like calm.
He was calm.
That kid fucked with Tyson way too fucking long for this dude not to do shit. For Tyson, for somebody to say that
And Tyson was just hitting him open-handed, right?
yeah. For somebody to say that Tyson didn't overreact, that's saying a lot
Yeah.
compared to what he's been known as.
He's jumped on cars at strip clubs. And,
Yes, like
and
he's-
kicked people's windows.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's the one that came out on fucking interviews at the end of a fight, says, "I'm gonna eat your fucking children."
And he was serious.
Who the fuck says shit like that?
Mike Tyson.
So again, I don't give a fuck how inebriated I am.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a Mike Tyson, I'll be like, "Hey, dude, hey, bro, you're the shit. Can I just get a picture?" Or I'm just gonna say, "Hey, dude, just want to give you props. I've loved you for fucking 40 years. You've been a fucking dope ass fighter.
You'd be all on his balls.
Props.
Yeah.
That's it. And the moment he says, "All right, cool, man, thanks. Can you give me space?" All right, cool. That's the end of the conversation. I'm not making no more fucking faces. I'm not making none of that shit because I've seen what he's done to people who are skilled in 20 seconds of actual fucking combat fighting that know what the fuck they're doing, as opposed to the real life where there's no fucking rules. Anything can fucking go down.
Well, I can
I'm
kind of
not
relate
gonna
to that
poke a ball.
situation where it was
I
like
could see it.
I've seen Mike Tyson
Yeah.
at a club, and I was tore up from the floor up. Like
Right.
it was a long time ago, but when I saw him, I was on my best fucking behavior, bro, because I ain't.
No, because you can't,
know, yeah.
you don't poke a bear.
And as much as I love Mike Tyson, and he was Superman to us,
Right.
a real life Superman
Yep.
growing up. It was like when I was in his presence, I was just.
Yeah, you're just in awe.
Yeah, I was in awe. I
Right.
did hug him. Maybe that was a little too, but I couldn't help it. He
Right.
all he did was just pat me in my back and laugh, and he left.
took off.
But yeah, I overreacted, and but I was fucked up, and there was no way
Right.
that I would have disrespected him. No way.
No, that's
Especially Phoenix Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
That dude lived out there. He fucked people up on a daily.
Dude, you don't poke a bear.
No.
And
he's a fucking bear.
He's an animal. He's
an
a fucking
animal.
animal. He's what, 50 now?
He's an animal that could talk.
Yeah.
You know? A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Dude, if you know anything about this guy, the last thing you want to do is fuck with him in any form or capacity.
Yeah, and why do you want to bring that? He has that in him.
Right. Why
He's
bring it
trying to
out?
change his ways. Just don't fuck
Just
with him.
let him be.
Because you know what's going to happen, and
Yep.
it's not going to be good.
Yep. And then what was cool that came out after that is that I think the announcement was earlier this week or actually last week, late last week, is that they're not pressing charges on him.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. That dude was in his ad, and it was like, dude, what the? And
Just
then,
show the video. Be like, this guy's an idiot.
And then the
Who wouldn't
funniest,
have whooped his ass?
the funniest part of the video is after he fucking Mike Tyson unleashes his hand, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, they show the dude sad right there. I guess it's for the rest of the flight. He's all sad, fucking bleeding for the head and shit.
I would have asked him to sign my fucking bruise. I'd be like, dude, just sign it, please.
Right.
I'll tattoo that motherfucker right there.
But it's like, dude, what the fuck is going on in these people's head that?
Well,
out
he
of
wasn't in his
all
right state of
people.
mind. And
That's
I don't
not
know where
an
the flight
excuse.
attendants were at.
They're probably like, yo, that's Mike Tyson. You gonna
Yeah,
fuck him up?
well, and he was on what, JetBlue and shit. Isn't that like a little value plane? Like,
I have no idea.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know
kind of
what-
like a.
It's
Anyways,
a ghetto bird. It's a
Mike
ghetto
Tyson's
bird.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
basically, but ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, a cheap flight's a cheap flight. I don't think the seats recline, but anyways, I might be wrong on that one. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but what I remember was JetBlue was more of like a value.
I've never heard of JetBlue, so it just goes to show what I know.
But where was the flight attendants for all that shit?
Just are you gonna get in the middle of fucking Mike Tyson and fucking whoever?
Okay. Yeah, I would try to save this dude's life before. Now, once he lets his hands go, I'm
Yeah.
not stepping in. I'm just trying. I'll let him know. And be like, look, you're about to die. Well,
Death
how?
is coming.
I'm just saying.
Death is coming.
I would have moved him somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think, if anything, the airline kind of.
Okay. You see, so here's the thing though. So the videos that I've seen, they're not.
Are they still on the tarmac?
It's not on. It doesn't show if they're in flight. It doesn't show if if they just got there, if they're leaving, and then it just keeps on breaking clips of it, right? Because it's not showing continuous. It shows this part here, and then it like blacks out. Then something else happens.
But this dude was kind of loud, though, right?
Well, I'm assuming
Because I mean, based on the
based upon how he
you
how he reacted. Yeah.
now you see Mike Tyson on your flight, okay?
Yeah.
My eyes are always on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I'm saying because he's known to fucking flip
Yeah,
his
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if he's changed or what.
Yeah.
He's known to
flip
bite
the
people's
fuck out.
ears off.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I would have kept my eye on them.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why they didn't press charges, it was probably they didn't handle that situation
Right.
on the flight.
You see, but here's the thing though. Like I said,
I'm not saying it was the airline's fault.
No. But when you see
It was that dude's fault.
When you see the video, it's chopped into like it's spliced, right? So it's not showing it continuous. So who's not to say that one of the flight attendants, hey, dude, you need to chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Because like you said,
No questions asked. I would have
Yeah.
just been like, I would have punked someone else out of the seat and been like, yo,
Right.
I don't want this guy to die today. Can I move him? And
Yeah.
then if they would have said no, then I still would have done it. And
Right.
I would have moved a female there, nice on the eyes, because Mike Tyson likes that.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And be like, you know what?
yeah, he'll calm out.
Yeah, he'll call him out. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, the
Now, what happens on the tarmac or when
That's
they're
something
getting out,
else.
that's something different.
Yeah.
That's off of my plane.
But the amount of fuckery that this guy had with Tyson, that Tyson actually let him get away with, like he didn't flip his switch.
You know
that
some
early.
shit's about to happen when you're fucking talking shit to Mike Tyson and he's not even looking at you.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm going to just fuck him up.
yeah.
That's going to happen.
Nah,
And he deserved every bit of it.
absolutely. And every last swing he fucking
Yeah.
deserved.
And
if not
probably
more.
a little bit more.
Yeah, if not more.
Not death, but a little
No.
brain damage maybe.
Evidently, he already had that shit.
Yeah.
He had that shit going for him. But I mean,
A permanent scar.
like I said, dude, who in the right fuck? Well, I guess I could see who in the right mind. But even drunk, blackout.
But he was just giving
drunk.
them the short punches. He was just like,
No, they're
just
they,
mushes.
Yeah, they weren't.
They were mushes for
They
Mike
weren't
Tyson.
full. He,
No.
He didn't. He didn't put his weight into it.
No.
However,
Yeah.
it's still
Mike
Mike
Tyson.
fucking Tyson.
Yeah.
He still hits like a fucking animal.
Yeah.
You
he
don't-
is an animal.
You
He's
don't poke a bear.
No.
You
That's
just
not
don't-
right, dude. I feel bad for Tyson too. You know?
No, yeah, because he's just trying to go home.
He's
Or
trying to
just
go
trying to do
home
whatever the
and
fuck
chill.
he's doing and just get the fuck away from it. And then you got
He's vegan.
ignorant-
He don't want to fuck with nobody. He likes
got-
toads now. He gets high. He's just trying to change his ways.
And then you
He's
got these ignorant fucks that just want to fuck with him.
he don't mess with strippers anymore that I know of. He's like just trying to be a family man.
Yeah,
Trying.
which is good. Good for him. Which is great.
But I bet you that day they brought out the old Tyson,
yeah.
the Tyson of old, and he probably went to a strip bar after that.
I'm just happy to say that if the reports are true that Tyson was on shrooms, I'm happy that he was on that.
Because if
not,
he wasn't,
if he would have been in his right state of mind, dude, that shit would have been a lot worse, a lot fucking worse.
I don't think it would have just been
No,
one hit.
no,
Done.
it would have been a lot worse.
No, because if
you
he
don't-
would've-
who's gonna pull him off?
No, I'm just saying one hit that would have took. Other
You
than
think
that,
he would have stopped?
I hope he.
Fuck no, he wouldn't.
No,
have
he
stopped.
wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have stopped.
He would have had that
That's
fucking Lennox Lewis flashback.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
he-
you know
he
what I mean?
wouldn't have stopped. There's no way. I cannot see how, in that amount of rage, the amount of the fuckery that this dude had with him, is he going to bother stopping and be like, you know what, I got to take it easy on this guy.
Yeah.
He don't have a fucking. He's been groomed the last 30, 40 years of his fucking
Well, I'm kind
life.
of glad it happened, because now they know
Yeah.
he still could fuck you up. If you didn't see the last
Right.
fight when he beat up Roy Jones,
Yeah.
he's got it.
Yeah, he's still got it.
He's got
He
it.
still got it. That shit will not go away.
No,
You see?
maybe the speed,
Yeah.
but the power.
But if it
never,
land- if something lands-
oh, it will land.
Yeah, if it lands,
It
yeah,
will
you
land.
you gonna feel it for days. You see, and then now
I wouldn't fuck with Mike even if he was 80 years old.
I'll fuck with him in his wheelchair. You see, and then now you got all these people. So then a week after that happened, the fucking Dave Chappelle shit happened, and we haven't talked about that shit.
That's right.
A
That's right.
motherfucker bum rushed Chappelle, and Chappelle did a good little fuck. He almost tried to sprawl, but he had a little fucking hip check. He went down, but this dude went down.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, but yeah, Dave Chappelle, he works out though.
yeah, he's a big cat too.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be in the mid fucking joke and you have a motherfucker sprint at you, to have the mindset of fucking react and fucking hip check a motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and but why? How did he get that close to him? You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, dude.
It's at
No
the,
security.
it's at the place we're gonna go, isn't it? It's at the fucking
Hollywood Bowl.
the Hollywood Bowl,
Yeah,
right? That's where it was at.
Yeah.
So now we know we can get to the stage.
Okay.
So in October we
I
should be
am
going
not-
out there to see the Wu-Tang and Nas. So
Yeah.
I think we can make it on stage now. This is crazy.
I'm not gonna test it, bro.
No, because
I don't want to get stomped out by Ghostface.
yo. That was just Chappelle and like half of his security squad. They fucked this cat up. Like they
And once
helped
again,
him rearrange his arm.
Rightfully so.
You know?
because he did have a knife, right?
Yeah, he had a gun with a knife at it.
Well, yeah, and
How
it
the
looked like a gun. I mean, it was a fake,
it was a fake gun, but yeah.
it's kind of like
How
the
the fuck-
knives with the combs. I
How the
think.
fuck did that make it through fucking security when I can't even get my chapstick in through that motherfucker? You know what I mean? That's the fucking.
I don't know, man. California's weird.
That's a fucking question.
I'm from there, but it's weird.
It's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
You won't get mad about a chapstick, but you ain't gonna get mad about a motherfucker. who
But
got a
this dude
fucking
was like
blade.
infatuated by him, right? By
I haven't followed. I haven't seen
was
any
kinda like
follow up
a,
stories about how it happened, why it happened. And I haven't. I just
I read snippets
seen-
about it, but
I've just seen what happened and the
Yeah.
aftermath. Of
and he had
fucking
that. He had
ass
like
whooping.
a square bump,
Yeah.
like
No,
that
was
shit.
that was a fucking boot to the head.
Yeah, he still has that shit. When did it happen? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
motherfucker's
motherfucker's still
there.
lopsided.
Well, they showed
Yeah.
him. I saw that they
then
did
his
show him what 3
fucking
days,
arm.
3 days later, 2 days later when they were trying to charge him.
Huh?
He rolled up in a wheelchair off.
And they're not going to charge him.
No, the DA said, "Nah, it's not worth it."
No, I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. How
Make
the
a
fuck
make
is
a
it not?
fucking example
Example out of
this
the motherfucker,
dude.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, You know, that way they know it's not cool.
Right.
At least they'll think twice.
Hopefully. You see, so now, did they say anything? Did the letters LGBT or QT or whatever it is, did those letters come up with this dude at all?
At first, I heard that was going on, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because he says a lot of.
Well, he said stuff. Well, he's been under fire for shit, saying that he's been.
Yeah, but it's a comedian,
Right.
man. We're just.
But if you actually listen to what he says, he never
Makes
really-
sense.
It doesn't. He didn't take shots
no.
at the community. He was actually standing up for the community
He
in
is.
his way.
In his way, and
In
he was
his
talking about
way.
his friend and
Right.
and a good friend, and
That fucking
but he
died.
was making it funny
Right.
because he's a fucking comedian.
Right, that's his fucking job.
That's his job,
He's supposed to make it funny, but then now
and
you
it's
have-
supposed to be offensive. I'm
Right.
sorry, it's supposed to be that.
Yeah,
it's
it-
not. It's not supposed to. Oh, that's kind of. It's not
right.
not-
If you don't know this by now, by going to a fucking, you see,
you
it's
sit
just-
up front, you're gonna get roasted.
You're gonna get
and you
shit on.
should. That's the fun part.
Yeah, you're gonna get shit on.
Yeah, you should.
And it's part. And you guys got to remember, from a comedian's perspective, when you're looking at it, if you've ever seen comedians get together, all they do is shit on each other.
They shit on each
That's
other.
all
They're
it is.
friends.
That's how you become friendship, because you understand.
If they
the
ain't
hardships
shitting on
of
you,
it.
then
Yeah.
they don't like you.
Yeah, and you see, but I think we come from the mindset of, we come from the background of Richard Pryor, Red Fox,
Yes.
George Carlin, these guys that would just shit on people, Don Rickles, these guys that would literally just shit on you.
Don Rickles, if
No
he
matter
didn't shit
what.
on you, that was like
He didn't like you.
he didn't like
He
you.
didn't like you. If he didn't shit
Yeah,
on you,
and he would
didn't like you.
murder these guys.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He'd roast these guys.
There was nothing off the table for
He
that
was
dude.
legendary.
If
on
your
that shit.
mom passed that day, he's going to
He's
shit
gonna
on her.
shit on you.
Her
Yeah.
and your mom. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he-
And
that's the
you're
way
gonna take it.
was. And that's what comedy was. And now,
But for the record, he was well connected to Don Rickles. You don't want none of that smoke.
Yeah, he
He was good
he
friends
was old
with Frank
school.
Sinatra. and
Yeah,
all
he
them
was old
motherfuckers.
school.
Yeah,
He was old school.
He'd always walk in through the back door.
yeah he had
Through
no,
the kitchen. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he had no worries.
No worries.
But so now, the question that's being asked is like, all right, so one, is Cali just that fucked up with the laws, or two, was it because they're not going to do shit because of all the shit he said that Chappelle had said prior, or the controversies he's had with the LGBTQ community? You know,
I think it's a little of everything.
Or-
you know what I mean? It's Cali's.
It's fucked up.
It's a weird
It's
place.
fucked up.
I wouldn't go that. Yeah.
No, it's fucked
okay.
up.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a beautiful place. I love that place, but
But it's fucked up.
it's right now. It is.
Yeah, because
kinda
right now
fucked
they're
up.
not even like,
It's
if you go rob a fucking CVS under $500, they don't even fuck with you.
Yeah, and that's not what it was before,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with being scared to do something about it and say, you know, you're gonna offend. I don't know if he was or is or was or isn't.
Right.
It's like it doesn't matter which side you're gonna offend somebody if you fucking throw the book at him. Oh, now
Right.
he's got mental issues. Oh yeah, obviously he does.
Yeah.
And he might do it again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You got to make an example out of this fucker,
Absolutely.
dude, and not give a fuck.
See, so now my question is, say it's some white dude, right? Like Ellen DeGeneres. Some fucking white dude that was out there on doing his comedy, and this fucking dude attacked them.
Oh, I
What
totally
would have
believe.
happened?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
What would have happened?
Yeah,
that motherfucker would have been doing life.
Yeah,
He would have been doing life.
But
for-
it's Dave Chappelle.
But yeah,
It's a
And
man.
The worst part, he's the biggest fucking comedian in the world. I don't give a fuck. You could argue with me with whoever, Kevin Hart, whatever. Dave Chappelle.
Oh no, Dave's a man.
Is right now in this time period, you can't touch him. He's
And rightfully so. That dude is
he's
a great
fucking beast.
because he's so he makes everything look cool. Like how he just he keeps his cool and he's talking to you,
Right.
but he's cracking all kinds of funnies, man.
Right.
But making sense. It's a lesson at the
Yeah.
end. He's kind of like a Bill Cosby. You know what I
it's
mean?
knowledge, street
not-
knowledge.
Yeah,
It's
And
street knowledge in a way.
You know, like everything's a lesson. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it makes sense, and it all comes around. And he's
Right.
telling you for a reason, and that's his comedy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
He's a goat.
Yeah.
One of the goats.
and that's the thing that in a city right next to right near Hollywood, right in the Hollywood Bowl, the city of stars, the biggest fucking comedian star is gonna get treated like that, and nothing happens.
Nah, man, that's not cool.
Fucking
His safety,
ridiculous.
and that's fucking it up for everyone else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they got to hold punches. You know what I'm saying? Hold those jokes in. Oh, I don't want to offend. That's what it was. Andrew Dice Clay, which he wasn't
my
that funny,
God.
but I'm saying
He would talk the most.
he would talk so much shit. You know
He
what I'm
had
saying?
dirty nursery rhymes.
Yeah, and
That was his thing.
I'm saying that he would roast you, and that was his shtick or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. And now you're not going to get that. We're not going to get that anymore.
Right. The true. But see, I think it's starting to come back a little bit because
It needs to.
you need to have that shock value because that's the place that you could go, and it's like when you're talking to a friend when you can say whatever you want without judgment, unless it's some explicit racial or explicitly hateful words.
But
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Now-
that
now
was
at
that was
point-
comedy, though.
Right.
I'm saying it was. I don't think the comics felt that way. Like
Right.
for example, like Joe Rogan, Howard Stern.
Yeah.
You know, these guys they were doing it for shock value and
Right.
comedy, and be like, how could you say that? It was funny. I don't
Yeah.
think they felt that way.
Exactly.
But there's a thin line, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could cross that line.
Right. And it's happened before.
Like look at Quentin Tarantino. They call him racist because his movies
Drop the N word like a motherfucker.
yeah, and then you know when you start thinking about it, and now they put it in your head, you're like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but you know, you have Samuel L. Jackson comes out in his movies, you know, and two of my favorite directors, Spike Lee and Quentin Tarantino. Spike Lee hates fucking Quentin Tarantino,
Yeah.
but Quentin makes some fucking good movies.
Yeah, he does. You see, but I
Now
just-
you're not going to get those movies. You're not going to get a
not-
Django. You're not going to get a fucking Foxy Brown or Foxy. What? Yeah,
not the way they should have, the way they wanted it. They
Jackie Brown and,
they
yeah.
intended it to be.
the way fucking the dialogue in the beginning of Reservoir Dogs,
Yeah.
and you know it's all dialogue and
Right.
shit, how people talk.
Right.
But you don't want to hear that no
No,
more.
you can't. You can't offend
say
them.
that
You
no
can't risk the fact that you could offend
But
somebody.
that's what
'cause they'll
people really
bomb
think
shit.
behind closed doors. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
and that's
And
one
these
of
guys
the
are
things-
actors.
right? And like again, you don't have to agree or they don't believe in it, but the role is that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he's like that. No, he was a role, motherfucker.
Right.
That's what he was hired to say.
Yeah. And
Then who wrote it? It's a movie.
It
you
doesn't
know?
matter.
Yeah.
And the worst part is Quentin is actually he's on the upper scale of the what is it with the IQ test? He's fucking like a genius level. They've actually
believe
said
it.
him, James Woods, like the actual people in Hollywood are actually at that scale where he's just. That's why he's so quirky and weird. Is just because he's so fucking brilliant.
But and if you need to apologize, even if they don't want to apologize.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry for making a fucking good ass
A fu-
movie.
is that right? Sorry for making a funny and-
a funny movie,
keeping you
and if
entertained
you
for
got
3
offended,
hours.
of one person got offended,
Right.
and I'm sure the mass majority of the people are not offended, but the select few are.
Yeah, and that's all.
And
you
now you got to fucking.
all you need
tone
is
it
two
back.
people to make a stink of it and somebody to
And
catch wind
I
of
don't
it.
know,
and go
man.
with it.
There's just, I mean, I kind of understand how you can go overboard, you know what I'm saying, and be offended. Like, oh shit, I'm offended because Dust Till Dawn, you know, they portray Mexicans as stupid and you know, living
Right.
in a dusty town and we only drink tequila and it's a fucking vampire movie. You know what I'm saying?
That's not
Yeah.
nothing to do with
you
social
know,
justice.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Cheech. Oh man, he's not funny. He offends me because
Right, 'cause
you
he's
know
the pothead.
Yeah,
'Cause he's the pothead.
Yeah, or Chong, and you know those guys they make us look stupid. No, they're comedians.
Right. That's their shtick.
That's their shit.
That's it.
You're gonna get offended. Don't watch it.
right.
I
Move
thought it
on.
was funny.
Move on. Look. Just like everybody has,
Blazing Saddles.
dude. That was one of the funniest fucking movies that would not make it nowadays.
Oh no,
Zero chance.
it was
that shit would
funny
make it.
though.
I think even that movie Kids back in the
Oh
day.
yeah, that shit would not
make
happen.
it right
No,
now.
and a
But
lot
as
of
shit,
things wouldn't.
when it came out,
The
that
Jerk.
shit was so fucking.
The Jerk.
The Jerk. Anything that had fucking Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, none of that shit would
Those
fucking make
dudes
it
are
right
fucking
now.
amazing, man.
None of that shit would make it, and it's.
But
sad.
everybody's offended.
right. So then, who's a good comedian right now that's not non-offensive?
I don't know. I mean,
I can't name one that.
I don't know. I mean, there's great comedians that are now toning down their shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure now they're gonna try. Well, I don't think Dave Chappelle will. I think he'll turn it up,
Yeah, if anything,
and he
he's
should.
gonna-
And
yeah.
you need that.
Yeah, because if you
You
don't,
need that
that's always been the thing with comedians
because
is
they're
that-
artists too.
Yeah,
know
if
what
you
I'm saying?
tell them you can't say this, it's all right. Well, fuck it, I'm gonna say it even more.
Yeah.
You can't tell them. They're the ones that
Even
go against the
music.
buck.
I mean, music. Like you had the Doors. They'd be like, "Hey, don't say this live." All
Right.
right,
And
I'm
then
gonna
they come
say
out fucking- yeah.
And those were the greatest performances.
Yeah.
Elvis, because he was fucking moving his hips,
Right,
looked like he was fucking. And it, look at that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
and that's
I guess you had that all the time, maybe, but
right. But I mean,
now it's getting a little.
now
Overboard,
so,
maybe?
so before it was like you said with Elvis. All right, well, don't dance because that's something we can see.
Yeah.
Stupid, right? Because all you got to do is he starts to dance, cut away.
Yeah.
He starts to dance, just focus on his upper part because you're looking. Because everybody's worried that when he was shaking his hips and whatnot, you could see his dick and whatever. So shoot him from the waist up.
But
Done.
that could have been a little more of because he was singing black music.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And they were hating on that.
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
it.
He made black music
not
mainstream. Mainstream.
I guess what his thing was that he stole a lot of stuff from
Yeah,
you
from
know,
the blues and,
but maybe he was paying homage and maybe I don't know what
Right.
his intention was.
Right, but a lot of artists take shit from everybody.
yeah,
A lot of artists
even if
have-
you don't know, like if you probably be talking about something and you're into somebody
Yeah.
and you hear that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They influence you somehow,
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a lot of artists that even write different songs for other artists because it's fucking like, hey, dude, this would sound good with your spin on it.
You'd be like, he sounds exactly like this guy. Well, because he listens to that guy. Maybe he's like
Right.
influenced him.
Subconsciously,
Yeah,
he's
like fuck that. That's
Yeah.
what he likes.
And it's crazy that we have so many different. If you see how far we've come from, like when you talk about music,
And actually,
how far we've progressed. Where
and took some steps backwards.
well, remember they were arresting artists like the 2 Live Crew for just performing. They were arresting the NWA for singing that song "Fuck the Police."
police, yeah,
The moment that song came on, the shows got shut down no matter where the
yeah,
fuck
and they were on a watch list.
Yeah, they were fucking.
But it's a song, you know
And
what I'm
then-
saying? And these guys weren't. Maybe one of them was gangster, you know, Eazy-E, but
Yeah.
none
of them are.
none of them.
No.
Like now, they're probably even more gangster now as far as when they were, you know, they become gangster later in life because they believe what they were
What
saying.
they've been speaking.
Yeah, like,
right.
you know,
Well,
like look at a Chris Brown, or was it
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown? That dude grew up, you know, as squeaky clean. Now he's just lost
Slapping
his fucking,
bitches.
yeah.
He's just slapping everybody.
Yeah, he became a
Losing
gang
his-
member later in life. Not
Right.
got out of a gang. He
Jumped
became a
into
gang.
it, yeah.
You
Just,
know what I mean?
Just for the street cred. Well,
That's
look
crazy.
Look at all these other dudes that are just getting the guy hit for the RICO charges in what was it in Chicago? Or the fuck is like
Oh,
20
yeah,
or 30
one of
rappers
them-
that were fucking that now they're even using
One of the some of the little
umps or humps or whatever the fuck they are. They're even using their own lyrics against them because they kept bragging about some dude that allegedly they shot. It's like,
That's dumb.
yeah,
They're dumb.
yeah. If you don't come, it's just like OJ when he came on. He had that video.
If I did,
If I did it, it's like motherfucker, you did
you did it.
You did it.
This is
And
the
now-
way I would have done it.
Now you're just trying to make money off of the fucking
Yeah,
situation.
it's not a coincidence that
No.
they were talking about that shit.
Yeah, and it's not a coincidence that OJ came out with the exact fucking plan that was somewhat similar to what fucking went down.
But that goes back to being creative. I mean, you could tell a story a certain way, you
Right.
know what I'm saying, and not say the actual things and talk
Right.
about it. Change names, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know,
change names,
Yeah,
change dates,
being
change,
creative.
right
Now it's just let's mumble our way through this shit.
That's all it is, and nothing has.
Not original,
I haven't been able to find anybody new that I can be.
but
like,
I mean that
wow.
goes like look at you listening, growing up on your music, and your parents saying, you know, that's not original. Like I said, like there's no, you know, nothing shocks me. I grew up with Madonna.
right,
Grew up with Prince, who got influenced by Little Richard. Little Richard,
Right.
you know what I mean?
the King of Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, James Brown and, you know, Chuck Berry and all those guys influenced the guys that I was listening to.
Right.
And I thought that was shocking. Now, It just keeps going in a complete circle. So we're seeing things where, oh shit, that's dope. No, that's not really. He just took it from Rakim or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know, like, so I know when we were younger, when a certain song would come out, I was like, oh my God, that's a sick ass beat. My pops would be like, oh yeah, that's an old fucking
Yeah, they're
80s
just
song.
looping it. Yeah.
It's an old 80s song. I was like, what? And he'd show you, like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Biggest example was when fucking the Vanilla Ice came out.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my God. But then my dad was like, nah, dude, that's Queen. I was like, what? Fuck no, it's not. Then I heard it. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Look,
Son of a bitch.
Look at like Puff. He made it.
Everybody's songs. Yeah, everybody's samples.
And nothing original. He was just sampling them correctly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
well, that's what hip hop is, though. Hip hop is.
Well, it takes influences for a lot of things. It wasn't a live band, and it started because you couldn't afford that. So you do what you have a record player. Okay, I like that beat.
Right.
Let's just bring it back.
Yeah, let's loop it in.
Loop it in.
I mean, because you look at fucking people like A Tribe Called Quest. They had a lot of jazz in it. They had a lot of fucking De La Soul.
But thank God
the
for
Roots
them.
Actually started bringing a band in.
Be grateful for these people who sampled the beats because they gave people new lives. You know what I'm saying? Resurrected their careers. James Brown. I'm not saying James Brown wasn't. But to our age, he was done. Mm-hmm. And then we started appreciating it in jazz. That's how I got into, digging in the crates and appreciating different music.
Yeah. You see, now I just wish people could appreciate like the shit from like Red Fox, Richard Pryor's, the Carlins from back in the day, instead of just saying.
Well, to listen to that, you can be a pussy.
Yeah.
And not be offended because you're gonna. Or easily get offended.
They're going to offend you.
They're going to offend you. And that's what makes them them.
Right. And that's the whole point, is that you have that shock value. And people can't take that to heart anymore, because the moment they get offended, everybody should be offended because they're offended.
Those dudes kick
not right.
doors down,
Yeah. They are the ones that give you everybody that you have now. They influence everybody that's here now. Mm-hmm. And you can't turn your back and be like, oh, well, that's son of a bitch. Look at, like you said, you mentioned Bill Cosby earlier, right? Mm-hmm. All the fucking now, everything that happened to him, even though he was released from jail, he fucking did it, right? He fucking did the rapes or whatever the fuck.
Depends who you talk to.
No, I mean the only thing that doesn't stand up is the time or whatever, because
I think he did.
Yeah, he fucking did it. He fucking did.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, usually, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all right, one lady. 3 ladies, 75. All right, maybe there's a fucking. Now you got to really start questioning it, right? Mm. You still can't, even though he was a piece of shit in person, and you go back and look at what he was doing.
But he was brilliant.
He was right at his craft,
and he didn't cuss.
Right, that was a wild part.
Yeah,
is that?
Well, he was a smart man, educated.
Yeah, he was an educator.
He was an educator, and that was his background. Right. And I mean, for me. When you talk about the king of comedy, I mean, and the way I look, I think no one could top Richard Pryor.
Right.
But then, an era before that, you have Red Fox. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the GOAT, who set the standard or the mark would be Richard Pryor to me.
Yeah, because I mean, he would talk about his life experiences with all the fucking abuse, the fucking substance abuse, and all the shit that he had.
As great as Eddie Murphy was, to me, Richard Pryor was.
Well, yeah, because he inspired Eddie.
Yeah,
he inspired Eddie. Yeah. So you got to go to where they get it from. You know what I mean? And it's just sad that the biggest problem with our society right now is that if somebody is doing something right at a high level, like a Dave Chappelle, or even say back in the day when Michael was when MJ and Prince were on top of their game, right? One the self appointed king of pop, and the other one just fucking putting out hits. When somebody is on top of their game, all we want to do is fucking, as far as people, if you're not a fan of him for whatever reason, right? All you want to do is bring them down because fuck them. But the moment something happens, right? like with MJ, everybody's like, oh, he's a fucking child molester. He's this, he's that. He's a fucking weirdo because he lives with the fucking monkeys, Bubbles, and fucking.
At the bare minimum, he is a weirdo.
Yeah,
He is
and
weirdo.
he sleeps in fucking hyperbaric chambers.
Yeah.
The moment he died, everybody's like, oh my God, we loved him so much. He
Yes.
was so great.
But
Why the
everybody
fuck
was
is he not-
shitting on him. He
the
wasn't
whole-
even living in this country.
Right. The last 10 years of his life.
He had to live. He
was
had to
like
leave.
in London or some shit.
Yeah, and he had to, from the connections that he had before and how much they loved him before. I
Yeah.
mean, he was asking people for money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now, and like I said, it's so sad that you have somebody that you've seen him. He's not a normal fucking person, dude. Nothing you could see. This motherfucker. This is how fucking crazy. Like, if I don't know how, depending on your age, if you never knew like the hype that Michael Jackson had, I don't think there's one person right now that anybody in the world could equate to this. This fucking dude. This is how fucking crazy.
He would make people pass out when he was in
Right.
concert. and
This is
stuff.
how crazily fucking popular he was. He fucking rented out like a fucking a grocery store, right? An HEB or whatever the fuck it was. He rented out a grocery store for an hour. He had 20 or 30 of his friends that he had walking around inside the grocery store as pretending to be customers, because his fucking fantasy, one of his fantasies, was to go to the grocery store and go shopping. Do you know how fucking crazy that is?
Yeah, I mean, because he was famous from from
like,
birth,
no,
but
from like
but
5 years old.
yeah, I mean, and
grew up
he
on the
just
spotlight.
yeah, he didn't have a childhood, and
Right.
maybe that I'm not making excuses. I don't know what's true and what's not. I mean,
No, that's
I don't know. I believe a lot of that's true,
Right.
but he was still a great musician.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Artist,
But-
performer.
But now, like I said, so with the point that I'm trying to make with that, think about that. That's your fucking.
No, yeah.
That's your
you're not
fantasy,
normal,
right?
You're not normal. It's not normal.
Imagine trying to live in that
No, no,
24/7.
And
You can't go anywhere.
you can't go anywhere. I mean, they bombard you. They
Yeah.
want to touch you. They want to, that's going to take a toll on somebody. That's no excuse. But I'm
No,
saying
no,
it's
no.
I'm sure it fucked them up.
Yeah, and that's so. Imagine that just one day. That's fucking his life for 50 something years that he lived that. That he was just
And then towards the end, he was a villain.
he
and,
was ostracized,
Yeah, and
and nobody
was
wanted to fuck with him.
nobody wanted no artists, no nothing.
Nope.
They couldn't make no music. But
Nope.
when you die, they fucking love you.
Yeah.
And, oh man, yeah.
You're nobody till somebody kills you. You're
You're
nobody till you're dead, bro.
nobody
That's
till
what it is.
somebody
And it's
kills you.
sad that we have that. And then now with the fact that we're trying to censor people and their greatness, it's fucking sad.
You're not gonna appreciate it till it's gone.
Exactly. And then you're gonna be like, oh, I wish we had more people like him. The moment somebody tries to do it, you're
that's
gonna shit on
everybody.
that
I mean,
person
yeah.
also.
When somebody dies, it's how great they were.
Yeah, and like with as far as for us beaners, I've always said I thought Selena was garbage.
I
The
wouldn't
fact
say that. I just didn't know who she was.
Then after she died, she blew up, and I was like, well, I mean, it sucked the way she died, but she was coming up. But I mean, not to the point where she's.
Oh man, I can't believe you said that. Now we're gonna get a bunch of hate.
No,
but
that's
I don't.
always
She
been-
wasn't my.
Cup of tea.
No, I've never gotten into that music. But I mean, I didn't even know who she was until my little
Till she
brother
died?
started crying.
Till she died.
Yeah, and then I was like, damn.
The poor girl. I mean, the situation sucked,
Yeah.
but I don't think she'd ever have been as famous as alive
I don't
as
know.
she
I
is
think
dead.
she was.
Think she was on the cusp?
I think she was on the cusp.
'Cause she was
I
starting to
mean,
do
now
that.
is it over exaggerated? Probably.
Because she was starting to transition over to American music.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. She could have been something. I mean,
She just had a fat ass.
she did.
She's a thick girl.
R.I.P.
She's a thick girl. But again,
She was
you
fine.
don't appreciate till they're gone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God, they're the greatest. It's like, motherfucker, if they were, then appreciate what you got. You know what I mean? Don't take it for fucking face value because you don't know how much longer we have that
Yeah,
shit
just
here.
give everybody their roses.
Yeah,
now.
give them their
Now, don't give me roses later.
right. Don't give me the dirt later when you're
Just
putting
like
it
my
on
mom
me.
said, pay attention to me now.
Yeah, because that's the
And
best
it's true.
way. That's
It's
the
true.
biggest fucking compliment you can do is give him. Now, I mean, now again, was there some crazy shit with people? Of course. But I think that comes with the limelight that some crazy shit's going to happen. It's just part of the fucking gig. Now, how much of it is true or not? Now, that's left for, that's a different story. But usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Right? And it could, a lot of this shit could be just that it's crazy because it's crazy beyond our thought of what normal life is. But then when you look at these other fuckers, their normality is not anywhere near what our normality is. You know what I mean? So I don't think we should be quick to be, well, fuck this guy because I heard that A, B, C, and D, because we all know how truths could be spun or situations could be spun to be put in a certain light, regardless of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Get deep. Get deep, son. So
Start
again,
conspiracy theories.
no, we're gonna get into that in a few weeks. Next week, I think we're gonna have a comedian come on. Hopefully, we could talk shit to him. We could roast him,
or him roast us.
him roast us. Right? June 18th again, guys. The ultimate pillow fight here at the Old Sheepdog is going to be going down. If you want to be in it, hit us up on the Instagram. Hit us up at DM us.
Or
We
some
also
kind
have
of
an
like
email in there.
you want to mess somebody up. And
Yeah, if you want to
call
challenge somebody.
Yeah.
So right now we got a podcast against podcast. We got a brewery against brewery. I think we got
And there's a dress code though. Like if you're going to challenge a guy and it's guys, you got to be fully dressed.
Yeah.
Women got to fight in bikinis.
yeah, they got to fight damn near naked. Damn near naked.
I didn't make the rules.
No.
I didn't make the rules.
They just got to wear a headband. Just they're wearing headbands. No,
play it,
but
just
yeah,
play it.
it's going to be a family event. We're going to be. We'll talk about prices. How much we're going to be, how much will be charged. But all the money that we're going to raise is going to go to a
going for a
charity
good
to
cause.
be
Good cause.
to be named at a later date. But save that day. It's our.
If you don't want to
present.
fight, just come drink.
Yeah, just come by. Again, we're dropping our fucking beer, the Killer Bees. It was a honey ale, honey wheat, some shit.
Yeah,
but
it
some shit.
Fucked me up.
Yeah, it's just a good beer that's gonna get you on your ass.
I still haven't listened to that episode.
It was a 3-hour episode.
I
That
don't
just
know
shows
about
you what
that.
it was.
Well.
So yeah, come out and support. It's gonna all that money they're gonna raise here is gonna stay here locally in El Paso. Try to do something for the community
Have a
as
good
well
time.
as have a good time. Have something to see, and hopefully it would just be a great time. There's going to be some people out there that we're going to have out there.
Maybe we could all just jump in and have a battle royale.
Battle Royale. That'd be dope. Chairs and everything. We're going to have some of our friends, some of our previous guests going to come on. And they're going to be out there helping in some capacity. Again, showing love for the city, showing love for the cause that we're trying to get to. So that's June 18th. Us will be there. The Words on Fire podcast. Like I said, bringing it to you with the Old Sheepdog Brewery.
Some good music.
Yeah, dude, the fucking No Request Radio guys, Jay and fucking the Laundromat, Midnight at the Laundromat. It's going to be going down, dude. It's going to be great. Until next time, if you're liking what you've been hearing on the YouTube, subscribe, like, hit the bell notification. Follow us again on the Instagram, Spotify, all that good shit. Till next time, guys, don't be an asshole.
Deuces.
Don't be a dick. Deuces.